Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Romeo. We made it through the weekend. We're back. We talked about that 100-degree heat that's happening in Bakersfield. Guy was asking about a girl he was dating. I guess she asked him a hypothetical question about if she broke up with him, would he chase her? And then we talked about living with someone. Never let someone live with you, right? Could cause problems in your relationship. Let's check it out. The guy was asking me, he says, Rome, after 10 years in a relationship and it ends after a year not being together, being with other people, is it possible to make it work again with that person? It is. I think it's 100% possible. And not only is it possible, it's probably pretty easy to do. Being with somebody for a decade is a long time. All right, 842-547-7. Good morning, What's going on?
Good morning. I was calling to comment on the long relationship.
Oh, yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, I just ended a relationship 15 years, and I found out he was cheating on me the whole time. Yet this man begged for me back for 2 years when I friend-zoned him. So, yeah, men are a piece of work.
Well, let's be honest. So your relationship will never work again with him.
No.
Okay.
But we took a break for the 2 years and we were just friends, and I didn't want anything, I didn't want to get back into the relationship. But he begged for me back for 2 years, told me how he changed, just to find out he was the same exact person.
Wait. You got back together with him for a little bit?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
My God. Why are you girls so dumb? What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I guess wanting to believe in the fairy tale love. That's not real.
15 years is a long time, though. I got to give 15 years a long time to be with somebody. Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
To deal with somebody, yeah.
All right. Was it easy to get back in the relationship with him after the 2 years, or was it difficult?
You know what? For the 2 years while we were just hanging out, we were just friends, I honestly thought he changed.
Oh, gotcha.
So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody was rooting for him. So I was like, you know what? Let me try. Let me see if things are going to work out. Let's try to move forward. But I just realized he just started pulling back right after he started to have all my attention again. And it just...
When whoever everybody was that was rooting for him, tell everybody they're stupid.
Oh, they've had an earful. Trust me.
Well, good luck finding a new guy if you're looking for one.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye. But see, that's kind of my point. Is this guy was asking about 10 years off, being in a relationship for 10 years and then being separated for a year. Is it possible to get back together? It is, because it's easy, because you've known that person. Now, obviously, the cheating, I don't know why did you guys, I guess I'd have to ask that question. After 10 years of being together, why did you take a year off from each other? What happened? Cheating probably is one of those things that you're not going to be able to get back together. But if it was something else, job, I don't know. There's a lot of other things that could have caused you to split. So why did you split, after 10 years? So a guy texted me, said, is it possible after being in a 10-year relationship, then breaking up for a year, is it possible to get back together with that person and make it work again? I think a lot of people make it try again, right? I would think it would be, yes, you can do it. I guess it depends on now that the last girl called and talked about she was in a 15-year relationship and she broke up with the guy because he was a cheater. I guess the reason you broke up would have to play a huge factor in, I guess, before I could say 100% it would be you could do it again. So, I don't know. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome, tell that girl that I'm the new guy for her. Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's rooting for you. So, but yeah. Already 42547-7. Hey, Romeo, after 10 years, if it doesn't work out and they've gone their separate ways and found out there's more out there, then I don't see how they can get back together. Well, that's the thing. I guess you're right. We're talking to one person, whoever sent the text message saying we've been together 10 years. Why did you break up? And how does the other person feel about it? Is the other person that you're talking about, do they want to try again? Or are you the only one that wants to try again? I mean, I guess there's a lot of questions that really need to be answered before could give you an accurate response. I mean, if you both want to try again after a year of being apart and found out that there isn't anything else out there, well, that's the other thing. Did you guys find out there's just not anybody better than what you have out there? So now you're going back to each other because, well, that's what you know? Or did you give it a real shot during the year that you said you've been apart? Did you give it a real shot to try to find something better? I mean, I guess there's just too many questions. But I guess in general, I would say, if you've been with somebody for a decade and maybe you got divorced, I mean, you broke up for, I don't know, any other reason than cheating or, any of the other things that you really shouldn't be together for, then it would probably be real easy to make it work again if you both wanted that, right? You find out that life isn't really better without that person. Maybe. I don't know. RD42547. Guy said, Rome, after 10 years in a relationship, if it ends, and after a year being together, or not being together, being with other people, is it possible to make it work again with that person? Like I said, there's some questions. So he did send me the answer to some of those questions. Exes get back together all the time, by the way. That's just a lot of exes find out that it's harder to start over again, so they'll get back together with an ex just because it's easier, and they don't want to put all that work in. So I can see it working. Hey, Rome, it was a mixture of me. I'm the guy drinking too much, hating or hanging with the bros, a little flirting with women. She caught me but never cheated physically. We have 3 kids together, but we trying to work it out. But I don't know. Things looking great, but we've been with other people. Things are looking great, but we've been with other people within the year. Okay, so you guys are gonna let sex hold, the insecurity of having sex with somebody else when you're split up. Is that an insecurity for you or her? But if you're drinking and hanging, I mean, that's cheating, by the way, flirting. Mind you, Rome, we're still in love. She's always wondering, where am I at? What am I doing? Show up to my pad sometimes to see what I'm doing as me, not much, but I do love her. I do ask her questions within the year we've broken up. I mean, sounds like you're made for each other. How old are you guys? You guys young? How old are you? To me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of you guys might not like this answer, but I think y'all could be together. I think you got a couple of things to work out. But I think with 3 kids, and I mean, you got to stop flirting with women. If she's gonna accept that and still stay with you, just stop flirting with women. I mean, stop hanging out with your buddies. Sounds like you're a little immature. I don't know how you're immature with a woman and 3 kids, but you're still there. Sounds like you got to grow up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if you both still love each other and there's no real insecure infidelity there, then yeah, I think you can work it out. You just gotta grow up a little bit, man. Stop hanging out with your friends, man. Hang out with your wife and kids if that's what if you really want it. If you don't, then no, it won't work. If you're not willing to commit to the woman and the 3 kids, then it won't work. Okay? This guy sent me this text message. He was talking about how 10 years in a relationship, they separated for a year. Can they make it work again? And I guess it was a mixture. The reason they broke up was he was drinking, hanging out with his friends, I guess flirting with women. She caught him. I guess he never really cheated if you don't consider flirting cheating, I guess. They got 3 kids together. They both love each other, apparently. Just, he sounds like a child and needs, oh yeah, here, thank you for your answer, Rome. I look forward to your advice. We're both 35. So yeah, you're still young. I mean, 35 is, you probably, I hate to say this, and I know it's going to sound funny, but I think 35 is still, you're still in that window of not being mature enough for a family. And it sounds to me like you're not there yet. So 35 does make more sense on why you're still drinking and hanging out with your friends and not, just there for your family. I think 35 is a little young for that. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have kids by 35. Or you shouldn't be married by 35. It just means I think there's still a lot of immaturity there. And you guys got to work through it. I think that's so. Hopefully you guys will work through it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys work through it for the kids' sake, for your relationship's sake. I mean, 35, I think with what you've said, 35 makes a lot of sense. I think you guys can get through it. Just spend more time with your family. Stop flirting with women. I was texted about being in a relationship for 10 years, got 3 kids with this woman. They've been apart for a year. He says they've been with other people, and now he's trying to figure out if they can make it work again. Absolutely, you can. I mean, one of the problems why he was one of the problems with the relationship was he was hanging out with his friends too much, drinking, flirting with women. He said he never really physically had sex with anybody. So I guess if she's going to accept that and be okay with it, then why shouldn't you? And man up, grow up. That's all you really got to do is grow up. They did say, though, he did say they were both 35 years old. So kind of young. I mean, not young, but kind of young. You still expect childish antics out of a 35-year-old. And that's why I wanted to say that. It's because somebody said, hey, Romeo, did you just say that 35 was kind of young to have kids and a wife? I started my family at 22. I said, yes, I did say that. But because how old are you now? Times are different. A 35-year-old in today is far different than a 35-year-old, let's say, in the 90s. They're different people. So that's why I said 35 today is kind of young. 35-year-olds are not all the same based on the decades. That's why I said they're kind of young. So you still expect those antics out of a 35-year-old, hanging out with his buddies, drinking. Actually, I shouldn't say that. You probably still expect those antics out of a 35-year-old in the 80s and 90s too. You still want to hang out with your buddies. You're still, 35. You should still be in great shape, look good, working hard, and you want to hang out. You don't really want a family tying you down, a wife and kids. And that goes for her as well. She's probably tied down with 3 kids at 35. I'm sure she's not happy. She'd like to be out there, hoeing it up at 35, having a good time, just like you were, just like this guy was with his friends. So, yeah, you got to get that in line. So that's what I meant by 35. 35 is still... 35's rough. To be married, or they weren't married, but to have kids, to have a wife and kids or a husband and kids at 35 is rough, because you're still in the prime of your life, We made it to August, man. Summer is almost over. What'd you send me her? Oh, this must be Gilrod, right? He sent me a picture, Santa Cruz. Good morning, Rome. It's a beautiful day in Santa Cruz. Have a good day. I'm not going to miss that Bako Heat. It is going to be hot here. What are you guys going to do with this Bako Heat the next few days? I mean, it's going to be... I was going to check the temperature right now and see what the heat was going to be this week. I heard it was going to be hot. Let's see. 109 today, 108, 109 on Friday, 111 Saturday, 110 on Sunday, and then 101 on Monday. Woo! Big boy, it's going to be hot. You guys better stay cool, right? I don't mind the heat. I'm not like the rest of you. I don't care. I don't care about the heat. It doesn't bother me at all. So I actually like when it's over 102, 3, 4, 5. That means I can go play golf with nobody out there. The rounds go a lot quicker. All right, 842-547-7. Well, Gilrod, I'm glad you're sitting by the beach with a tall boy. Don't get too cold. All right. Already 42547-7. All right, would you guys text me here? Yo, Rome, how about them Six Flags Hurricane Harbor, please? If I had some, I'd give you some. I mean, that's a good way to beat the heat, Hurricane Harbor, but I don't have any of those tickets. We got to just focus on backpacks right now and getting you guys ready for back to school, giving away those backpacks. Yo, Rome, as a mailman, we just keep on going. Everything feels the same after 100. How does that work as a mailman? Do you guys have air conditioning in those mail trucks, or are they fans, or what are they? Or does it even matter because you got to be, what? Well, I don't know how mailman works anymore because now some neighborhoods have just those central boxes. Some neighborhoods you still have to go house to house, right? So how does that work? You want to talk about mailmans? We used to have a mailman in my dad's neighborhood, and he was an old ex-hippie, and you'd see him some nights out there with a flashlight putting mail in the mailboxes because you'd find him asleep sometimes. You'd just find him crashed out in the neighborhood, sleeping in his mail truck. You always got your mail. You just didn't get it always at the same time every day. Already 42547-7, but I'm with the mailman. Anything over 100, it doesn't matter. The heat is bad for certain sensitive groups, of course, but for regular old healthy people, the heat's not bad. You guys need to stop. Already 42547-7. Yo, Rome. I'm out here in these fields in this 100-degree weather, man. It's hard to stay cool. You got to get lots of ice water, lots of salt in that water to keep you hydrated. Sometimes, Rome, I'll be getting off work and not even a beer cools me down. Well, I do feel for you guys out there, in those, working those fields, working in the patch, doing all those, working out in the oil fields or oil patch or whatever you call it. But you cats out there building houses and all these cats out there working in that 100-degree weather. And it's tough to cool down. It really is. Sometimes you gotta. Yesterday, I just rotated some tires. It took me about 30 minutes to do it, and I had to jump in the pool and that wasn't even hardly any work at all. But I still had to jump in the pool to cool off. But yeah, man, it's tough. And that beer didn't even hit. We had some beers afterwards, and it didn't even cool. Sometimes you just need a nice cold drink. That's what you need. That's what you need. Once you get out that heat, two things I've learned that'll help you is a nice cold drink, or actually watermelon. Nice cold watermelon out of the fridge. That'll cool you off too. Yeah, the heat is going to be it's going to be nice today, right? 109, 108. I mean, I don't know how real that's going to hold up, but we'll see. What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome, I work outside when it's cold, and I work outside when it's hot. Sometimes the winter is just as bad when you're all wet and cold. My hands are cold, and I don't have gloves on. I mean, winter can be just as bad. Wet. Nobody likes to be in the rain and the wet and all that coldness, but the heat could really get you. I mean, a lot of you guys do work. What about the guys that work in the HVAC? What about those guys who have to crawl up into attics, or guys that work in the garages, when you're putting up a garage door or something like that? I mean, we talk about all these guys that are out there working in the out in the oil fields, or working out there building houses, construction, gardeners, whatever the case may be. There's some guys out there working indoors that's pretty hot as well. That's hot. I'm sorry. If you guys have ever known being in an attic when it's 104 outside, it is not comfortable. I'm just saying, you guys be careful. Hey, Rome, I just wanted to tell you, I think it's funny how people get so dramatic about the heat here in Bakersfield. I've lived in Bakersfield 53 years, born and raised. It's always been this hot. People today are just so sad that they have to make everything so dramatic, even though it's something we've been dealing with my whole life. I don't know about people, Rome, just shaking my head. You're right. I mean, I've only lived in Bakersfield for 30 years, and this heat's nothing to me. It means nothing. But yeah, you're right. You go, the heat wave is coming, the most dramatic thing ever. We've never seen this before. Yes, we have. This is nothing new. I'm not saying that it's comfortable. I'm not saying that, but I mean, at this point, if you've lived here for 10 years plus, you should understand it and be used to it and stop crying about it. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. It's not like we have to live outside. We got air conditioners. We got cars with AC. We got places to go to be inside where it's cold. I mean, I remember we used to go to the movies when it was hot, when it was too hot for us. And we didn't have, our parents wouldn't turn the AC on because they didn't want to pay the bill or something to that effect. Or we had a swamp cooler or something like that. We'd just go to the movies, sit there and cool off. So, I mean, yeah, I think you're right. A lot of people are being very dramatic about the heat. You send me here. Good morning, Rome. Hey, Rome, what do you think about this? I'm talking to this girl, dating. It's going great. We were both catching feelings, I think. She asked me on Saturday if I would try to keep her if I felt her drifting away or if she decided to part ways. She got upset when I told her no. I wouldn't chase something that isn't feeling me anymore. Going into a losing battle doing that. What do you think about that, Rome? Yeah, dude, that's a red flag. She's just a needy person. I mean, for her to even ask that question, a hypothetical question about, when you guys are just you're new to the relationship, she wants you to chase her. I mean, you did the right thing by saying no. But at this point in the relationship, you might want to think about dipping out. Just because what kind of narcissistic, needy woman is she if she's going to ask you that question? I don't see any other way around it, to be honest with you. 842-547-7. You better get out with feelings before you're too deep in. And then what kind of life is that going to be with a needy woman like that? All right, 842-547-7. Guy sent me this. He says, yo, Rome, what do you think about this? I'm talking to this girl. We've been dating. Been going great. I think we're both catching feelings for each other. She asked me on Saturday if I would try to keep her if I felt her drifting away or if she decided to part ways. She got upset when I told her no. I wouldn't chase someone isn't feeling me anymore. Going into that is a losing battle, don't you think? Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I just hope you're not staying with her now. Already 42547-7. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Good morning, Rome. Chili Gilly.
What up, Gilly?
Nah, you know what? You're absolutely right. And I'm telling you, in previous relationship, it's happened like that with her before. She wanted the guy to chase her.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yeah.
He needs to run. He needs to run.
Well, hopefully he listens.
Yeah. Good thing he's able to change his number.
Yeah. All right.
Have a good day, brother. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, Gilly's absolutely right. You can't, that's a huge red flag. If she asked you, would you chase me? What did she say? Would you, if we started to drift apart or I decided to part ways with you, would you try to chase me? And it's a good thing you said no, bro. I think you need to let her go. That is, it's a little psychotic, to be honest with you. I mean, that's a huge red flag. I don't think there is a woman on the planet worth chasing. Okay? There's not. There's way too many women on this planet for someone to say, you got to chase me to get me. Now, there's a difference between being a little persistent to get somebody, but if you're already dating her and she says that, then no, you got real issues, man. You got to let her go. Already 42547-7. This guy sent me this. He said, hey, Rome, what do you think about this? I'm talking to this girl. We've been dating. It's going great. We're both catching feelings. She asked me Saturday if I would try to keep her if I felt her drifting away or if she decided to part ways. Now, she got upset when I told her no. I wouldn't chase someone that isn't feeling me anymore. Going into a losing battle doing that. What do you think about that, Romeo? I think that she's psycho. I think she's an idiot. I mean, what do you want me to think about? I mean, why would you even have that conversation? How does that even cross your mind? You know, what kind of narcissistic, insecure person do you have to be to ask somebody, hey, well, if I was to not be into you anymore, would you chase me? Would you try to, What is that all? Especially since you said you're just starting to catch feelings for each other. Maybe that's her way of. I couldn't even explain it. I don't even know what kind of psycho you have to be to come up with that conversation, to be honest with you. Alrighty, 4254777. Hey, Romeo, maybe the reason she asked is because she's catching feelings and she wants to know what kind of guy she's getting involved with because she doesn't know which way to go at this point. I don't think it's a terrible question. She just wants to know if he would chase her, if she... You don't think that's a terrible question? You think that's a legitimate question to ask somebody? If we were to break up, or if I decided to leave, would you chase me? You think that's a normal question? I don't know about that. A guy sent me this. He was talking about this date. I guess this girl he's been dating. He's asked me what I thought about it. I guess on Saturday. Well, he says they've been dating and he feels like they're both catching feelings. And she asked him Saturday if he would keep her. Okay, if he felt she was drifting away, or if she decided to part ways, would he try to keep her? Would he try? What would he do? She got upset when I told her no. I wouldn't chase someone who isn't feeling me anymore. Going into a losing battle, doing that. What do I think? Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think that's kind of nonsense for somebody to say that to you. That's really kind of stupid, to be honest with you. Who says that? If I was going to break up with you, would you try to go out? Would you try to go out, keep me? Would you chase me? I mean, what kind of stupid is that? How is that a healthy relationship, or even a healthy question to ask? Alrighty, 4254777. Hey, Rome, I think you're wrong about that. I think you're taking it a little too far. She's just catching feelings for him, and she wants to know how he feels. That's a legitimate thing to ask. If we were to break, you chase me, she wants to know how he feels about her. If he's really into her enough to try to chase her. That's what every woman wants, a man who wants her. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. Every woman wants a man who wants her, but that's a little toxic to say, if I broke up with you, would you chase me? Would you try to keep me? Well, why are we breaking up? That's the question is, why are we breaking up? If you're in a position right now where nothing's going wrong, and they said they've been dating in a while, things are going great, they're both catching feelings, it sounds like they're in a great place right now. Why would you bring up something so stupid? If we were to break up, would you change? I mean, I don't understand how you can actually think that is a legitimate question to ask somebody you're dating. Why would you ask something so negative to get what? He said no. So what does that mean now that he said no? They shouldn't be together? Bro, I think that's a huge red flag. I really do. I think that you need to drop her and find somebody who's not going to ask you such stupid questions. Hypothetical questions in a relationship are about the dumbest things you could ever do, especially negative ones like that when everything's going well. I mean, it's never you're just trying to cause a problem that's not there. Yeah, you need to leave her. He sent me a text message about some girl he's dating. He said they've been catching feelings. They've been dating, but she asked him on Saturday if he would try to keep her if he felt her drifting away. If I felt her drifting away, or if she decided to part ways with me, would I try to keep her? She got upset when I told her no. What do you think about that, Rome? I think that she's crazy. I think that it's wild, All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, from the way it sounds like a female that wants to play games, because if you're interested in someone, why are you talking about breaking up? If this is somebody that you're interested in, you want a relationship with them. Exactly. That's what I mean. These hypothetical questions that you ask each other in a relationship are absolutely absurd for the most part, especially when they're in negative like that one. Why are we talking about breaking up? We're just now dating. We're starting to catch feelings. What kind of insecure woman are you to ask that? Now, maybe she likes it. Maybe she's crazy and toxic and likes that type of idea that, oh my God, he wants me so bad. If I break up with him, he's going to do what he got to do to try to get me back. I mean, that is crazy. That is toxic. Maybe she's like that. And there's guys out there that she can find. So, yeah. RD42547. Oh, this is the guy who sent the message. Yo, Rome, I just wanted to let you know, I think that you're right, but I have spent some time on this relationship and I am starting to catch some feelings, so it's not that easy just to leave. Then, so I kind of don't know what to do. That's why I was asking you and the listeners. Well, you got to leave. You have to leave. There's plenty of women out there. Why do you guys always think there's only one woman out there? They didn't stop making them. A crazy chick is not worth it because there's a sane one out there. So it's funny, this lady, or this guy sent me a message, says he's been dating this girl, and apparently she has, he says he's catching feelings, she's catching feelings. She asked him if she was to break up with him, would he chase her? Would he try to keep her? And he said no. She got mad about that. I mean, what kind of question is that to ask somebody? 842-547-7. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
What up, Ron?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. What's going on? What you got?
Outstanding. You know, I'm here to chime in on Homegirl with the unexpected, with the unexpected crazy response.
Yeah.
Plus, they had nobody chasing after her before.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody chasing you after a relationship? Hell no. You don't want that. That's like a red flag. She needs to check herself. She's out her mind. She either has an agenda, she already has somebody else and wants to have her cake and eat it too, or she's just out her mind and ain't had nobody chasing you. You don't want nobody chasing you.
I'm glad you said that because I never thought about that. Every time someone chasing you after a relationship, they psycho. You don't want that.
No, I'm a survivor. I know. If either one off ends, you're like, I did not know this was going to happen.
Oh.
I didn't know I mattered so much. I don't want to matter.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's great. Hey, I appreciate the phone call.
Yeah. Have a good one.
I never even thought about what she just said. She is so right. You don't want nobody chasing you after a relationship. Now you got a stalker. Now you got to end up on Netflix with a documentary about you. You don't need all that. Hell no. What did you got here? If you want to text me, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo. It says, Rome. Just tuning in. I'm not sure the topic, so you might want to save this for a later time. But am I a bad guy for kicking out my man's 29-year-old brother? He was living with us since September 30th in our back trailer. Didn't pay anything, didn't even contribute, didn't get a job until mid-December. So he lived with you September through December. Okay. Spent the first 2 months donating plasma and getting weed delivered. And this month, when we went out of town for 5 days, we asked him to watch our dog and left poop and pee all in the bedroom because he locked the dog away for 24 hours. She chewed up the dog gate, even though he was doing laundry all day in the house using my soap. I've had it. So we kicked him out, and now he's all mad. I don't care. But were we wrong? Pics of how the room looked when we got home from vacation. Yeah, I don't want to see those pics. Yes, that poop went next to the water. He changed. Let's see. He changed. Needs to hear this, but don't. Oh, I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't let people live with you. It's not worth the hassle. Sorry, Rome, but had to get another opinion. People living with you, don't do it. I would never let people live with me. In my entire life of living on my own, I let one guy live with me, one of my best friends. And it was only for a couple of months, but I knew it was for a couple of months, and I knew he didn't want to live with me either. He wanted his own place, so he was out real quick. But you were just talking about your brother-in-law living with you, right? Yeah, no, I would never let no family member. I would never let anybody, unless it's your spouse and your kids. I would never let anybody live with you. How many stories have you heard about, women losing their husbands because they let their friend move in? I mean, we could tell those stories all day here in Bakersfield. Or something happening at your house because you have a roommate who just doesn't care about your personal property or care about your stuff. So yeah, or somebody coming over. I mean, I've heard stories of just like this woman where she would say her brother-in-law moved in with her. She was being nice. Her and her husband were being nice, and the brother-in-law invites a woman over and steals from him. Yeah, you just never, ever, ever. That is 100% without a doubt. I would never let anybody live with me. RD4254777. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say your mom. If you have to take care of your parents, you can let them live with you. But that's a different conversation than what we're talking about right here. So this lady, she sent me a long, long text message about her brother-in-law. Apparently, she let her brother-in-law stay with them for a few months, and it wasn't working out. He didn't pay none, didn't have no job, was getting, donating plasma, getting weed delivered. I guess they were out of town for 5 days. He didn't take care of the dogs, let the dogs go to the restroom in the house, in the bedroom. I guess he locked the dogs up, didn't care for them. They kicked him out. And I guess he's mad now because he got kicked out. Well, and she's asking me how I feel about it and just wanted another opinion. Well, my opinion is you should never let anybody live with you, especially if you're married. Now, maybe if you're a single person and you want a roommate, okay, I could see that. Maybe you could work it out. But if you're married and you have an actual life, you should never let anybody stay with you. Already 4254777. Yo, Rome. I just wanted to jump in and tell you that's exactly what happened to me. My husband and I, we got married. We moved into a 3-bedroom house. My friend, a few months later, said she needed a place to stay for a couple of months. She was moving back to Bakersfield. So my husband and I said it was okay. My husband was a little hesitant, but he said, because she's my friend, so because that's your friend, it's okay. Rome, they ended up sleeping together. I ended up divorcing him, and now they are still together. Yeah, I mean, it's a common tale in Bakersfield. You should what happened when you let somebody stay with you? You should never let anybody stay with you. Hey, good morning, Rome. I've been in the doghouse. This is a hypothetical question. I'll get to that in just a second. I'll save that and then I'll get to your question. But right now we're talking about some of the things that, when you let somebody stay with you, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea to let somebody stay with you. I'm sorry. RD4254777. Yo, Rome, what if it's your mom? Depends. Is your mom elderly and she needs help, or is she still out running the streets? Two different things, two different scenarios, RD4254777. So a lady was asking me about her brother-in-law. Her and her husband let her brother-in-law move in, and I guess he's just a terrible person to live with. He didn't help out. He didn't help out around the house, always smoking weed. They went away on a trip. He didn't let the dogs go to the restroom in the house, kind of locked them up. And so they finally had to kick him out, which is, sure, you got to do what you got to do, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, she was just saying, she wanted my opinion. She wanted your opinion about letting people live with you. You should never, if you're a married couple, you shouldn't let anybody live with you. It could be very detrimental to your marriage, especially if it's a sibling, because it puts you in a bad position sometimes. And somebody just asked me about letting your mom or your dad. Well, it depends on who your mom and your dad are. I mean, a lot of days have forever, their mother and father get older and you move them in to help take care of them, which there's nothing wrong with that. But some of you have moms and dads that when they live with you, take advantage of you, stubborn enough to be out dating or out, doing what they want. And they'll take advantage of you just like any other family member would, So I would never, it just depends. The scenario but you probably shouldn't let anybody move into your house. Don't let a friend move in. Definitely don't let a friend move in, because who knows Artie 425-477. Hey, Romeo, we let my sister and her boyfriend move in, and guess what they did? They tried to get their own Wi-Fi. They tried to get their own phone line. They tried to get bills sent to our house like they actually lived there. Now, we were just letting them stay for a couple of months. They wanted to get their own cable. We had to shut it all down, and we actually kicked them out because we just couldn't do it. It just seemed unsafe because of what they were doing. My mom was very upset about it. She said, you need to look out for your siblings, but yet she didn't offer to let them live with them. So you know how that goes, Rome. I do. I mean, I guess she let her brother-in-law move in with them. And the brother-in-law was not a very good roommate. Or was not a very good house guest. He didn't help with anything. He didn't... Apparently, he didn't take care of the animals. They went out of town on a trip. You'd think that he would take care of the animals. He didn't help around the house. It just basically was not a good person to move in. So they ended up kicking him out. And now he's mad, you know how that, like she did something wrong, right? Or the brother and the sister-in-law did something wrong, and I don't think that's true. Roommates you should never let somebody live with you. I honestly believe no married couple should ever let somebody live with them, regardless of who it is. Outside of, hey, you're taking care of your elderly parents, okay? Because what else are you supposed to do, right? So it's a terrible idea. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo, let me tell you what happened in my situation. So me and my husband let his brother stay with us while his house was being remodeled. Now, this guy was a professional guy, Rome, had a real nice house, a real good job, didn't think anything of it. He was great at first, helped out around the house, took care of everything. Him and his brother actually did a lot. What happened, though, I went out of town one weekend, and my brother-in-law ended up bringing some girls back to the house, and my husband ended up cheating on me with one of those girls. Apparently, there were two brothers just partying like the good old days. He ended up sleeping with one of them. I didn't find out for a month or two later when the girls actually came back to the house with my brother-in-law. That's when it all went down. I found out the girl told me she had no idea he was married at the time and had no problem telling me what went down. See what I'm saying? You just never know. You just can't. You know, I have a buddy. His best friend was a girl, and the wife knew it, and everybody was cool with it. I used to work with this guy, great guy, 2 kids, family man. And she moved in. She lost her job. And so the wife, trying to be a good wife, said, hey, she can stay with us for, a couple of months till she gets back on her feet. And what ended up happening? Now he's divorced. He's been divorced for years, though, now. But he got divorced because, they ended up sleeping together in his car in the front of the house. So, yeah, you can't. You can't do it. You can't put your relationship in danger like that. Hey, good morning, Rome. I've been in the doghouse for about a week now for answers. Hypothetical question. Why do you people ask stupid hypothetical questions in your marriage? What kind of stupidity do you have to be, or what kind of stupid do you have to be to do that, to bring that up, just like the last person that texted? She asked me if I were to die, would I remarry? And who? I said yes, and said her best friend, due to the fact we have been knowing each other for years. And I don't have to be in the dating scene. Am I wrong? You're absolutely not wrong. 100% not wrong. If she's stupid enough to ask you that question, then she deserves what she gets. And that's probably the most realistic answer you could give her, because the odds are that when your spouse passes away, you're going to get together with somebody who's close to that spouse, because you're both going to feel sorry You're both going to be upset. You're both going to, emotionally, you're both going to be in this place where it's very common for you to get together. Almost to the fact of normal. But here's the stupidity of your wife. And it's because in her mind, she wanted to hear something different. And in her mind, she asked that question thinking what? Now that you've answered her, she thinks now you want to sleep with her best friend. So she created this whole problem for herself and tried to blame you. When the reality is, it's on her. Your wife is the one who asked you the stupid question. She should be in the doghouse, not you. You should hang her out to dry. Let her just stew forever, because the stupidity for her to ask you that is unbelievable. And you know what? Just in general, that question is unbelievable to ask anybody. Nobody wants to be alone forever. Especially if you've been with somebody. I don't know how long you guys have been married, but I have a buddy of mine. He's been with his wife since high school. I don't even know how long it's been. 40 years, something. I don't even know how long it's been. Maybe longer, right? And we laugh all the time at him because he says, "Oh, don't let her ever get married again." Why? She's been with another person. You've been with another person for 40 years of your life. There's only two options when your partner passes away. You're either going to go because you're going to be so sad and heartbroken, or you're going to find somebody who understands you and you don't have to live the rest of your life alone because you're not used to being alone. It's funny. I ran into a friend of mine. I hadn't seen him. I run into him about every 5, 6, 7 years, right? His wife passed away, and I ran into him a couple of weeks ago with a new lady, and I thought he would never. They're high school sweethearts. He was very distraught. I had a great, amazing family, and she passed away, and I thought he would never get together, but he did. Found a lady, very nice lady, very nice. So to ask that question hypothetically is just stupid. Why would you do that? What is wrong with you people? So a guy texted me and said that he was in the doghouse for the last week because his wife asked him if she ever passed away, would he get married again? Who would it be? And he answered, yeah, probably, yes, I would, and probably your best friend. Well, it makes perfect sense because they probably are the closest two people to her. They would find some sort of solace in being together if you passed away. And you're mad about it? And you ask the question. You're the one that put yourself in that position for your husband to say that. Why would you even do that? And to be mad about it is stupid. He's getting together with your best friend. Why wouldn't you want your husband to be happy if you passed away with your best friend who's probably be sad that you're gone too? Yeah, it's logic, man. You guys are crazy. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, All right, 842-547-7. Hey, good morning, Rome. I totally agree with you. And by the way, are you doing another backpack? Yes, we're doing another backpack. We're doing a couple of them, all right? But because I'm right. You people ask your spouses the most idiotic questions. Relationships are hard enough. Why in the hell would you make it harder by asking irrelevant, stupid questions? How relevant is that question for you to walk in and to ask your husband, if I die, would you remarry? And who would it be? Why would you even ask that question? How does that help your marriage? And I'm sorry, I hate to tell you this. I really, for those of you that are so insecure, even in the afterlife, I hate to tell you this, but your husband and wife will hook up again. If God forbid you pass away, he or she will get together with another woman or man, and it will be somebody that they already know, somebody that's already in your circle of friends right now, okay? So that's just the way it works. Yeah. Okay. So what did you send me here? Let's see. You said, oh my gosh, this is a long one. Oh, I wanted to get to this real first. It says, my rule, Rome, is don't chase anyone because that means they're running away from you. I think you're referring back to the guy who was saying the woman wanted him to chase him if she broke up with him. Yes. But here's the problem with a lot of you that don't, and you should believe this. There's always somebody better. Okay? There's somebody better than you. There's somebody better than me. We are not in a relationship. Okay? We're not the worst, but we're not the greatest. There's going to be always somebody better if you want it. Now, the problem is, why would you chase something else if everything's great? If your relationship's great, then there's no reason to find somebody better. But if your relationship's not what you want it to be, there's somebody out there that you can have that with. Not one person listening right now, there's somebody better than you, okay? And that's not a dig at you. There's somebody better than me. There's somebody better than all of us out there. But when you talk about it, you go, well, I don't need anybody better because this relationship is great, okay? So yeah, you should never chase anybody because you don't have to. There's somebody else out there that wants you that you don't have to chase. Okay? Already 4254777. Hey, Rome, I'm laughing so hard. About 6 or 8 years ago, I told my man if I ever passed away, I would want him to be with my bestie. He was like, why? I would never. I said, because I know and trust her, and if it's going to be someone it can be her. She looks good. But now I'm like, no, just because she's gotten low-key crazy over the years. So I'm like, you can't be my kid's stepmom anymore. But if it did happen, I'm dead. Why would I care? At least they waited till I was gone. Oh, my God. I mean, there's a lot of validity to what she just said. There is a lot of validity to it. I mean, what are you going to do? Already 4254777. Hey, Romeo, I just heard what you said about there's always somebody better out there. But have you ever heard the saying, the grass isn't greener, or the grass isn't always greener on the other side? I know that saying, but you misinterpret what that saying means. The grass is greener. No matter how great of a partner you are, if you do 9 things but you won't do the 10th thing, whatever that is, there's a partner out there that will do all 10 things. And they might not do the 11th thing, but they'll do more than you. So the grass is greener on the other side. The problem is when you look at that statement, people are out there looking for something better when they don't have to. There's a lot of people in great relationships that have no reason to look elsewhere. Okay, so the grass isn't greener for them because they have no reason to go that way. But if your grass is getting a little brown, guess what? The grass is greener on the other side. And none of you want to admit it. As soon as you will admit that there is somebody out there better than you, you might be a better partner in your relationship. You might try a little harder. All right, 842-547-7. I do want to get into, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the dumbest things you have at your house. It's probably your husbands who brought it home, by the way. But some lady sent me this, and I thought this was funny. She said, hey, Romeo, can you do me a favor? We're listening right now at work, and I'm guessing you texted me because you don't want your coworkers to know it was you. We're listening right now at work, even though they're going to know after I tell them what you told me. We're listening right now at work, Rome, and I have 3 coworkers who are all on the shot, and they're losing weight, and they're over here acting like we're the same. Now, I work out every day. I eat right. I'm in great shape, but I did it the right way. Can you please explain to them that we're not the same and to stop acting like it? I can't do that. Everybody's on the shot, from what I understand. Half of Bakersfield's on the shot. I can't, because I don't care. I don't care. You know, people lose weight the way they want to lose weight, and if you have the discipline and the work ethic to get it done one way, and other people need to do it a different way, a la the shot, then I don't know. What do you want me to say? However they get there, they get there. Now, if they're actually acting like I don't think they're acting like they're better than you. What I think they're doing is just acting like they're skinny again. Okay. And you're taking offense to that because you put in the work, but that's on you, not them. I'm just guessing. Unless they are, I'm just guessing that that's what's going on in your office. Okay. But that's more of your insecurity than it is theirs, you know, and I could be wrong. But anyway, who cares? I mean, I don't care. But I've never cared. Just like all you haters out there who always, when fake boobs were in or butts are in, you got mad because people went and got surgery. So what? It doesn't matter. Just because you do it differently than they do it, it doesn't matter. The same result's the same result. Get over yourself is what I would say. Relax. Everybody does things differently, okay? What did you send me here? The Kern County Child Support Services is doing a 17th annual free community event and backpack giveaway. It's going on Thursday, August 6th. What is that? That's Thursday, August 6th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Kern County Museum, 3801 Chester Avenue. You guys know where the Kern County Museum is? So there you go. If your kids need some backpacks, you come out to Get Faded Barber and Beauty College on Wednesday. Get your kids haircuts for free. First 94 kids, haircut for free. And then go out and get some backpacks. 17th annual free community event backpack giveaway. Thursday, August 6th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. over at the museum. It's the Kern County Child Support Services that's doing that, okay? So you guys got it? Everybody write it down. Don't forget.
Good morning, Romeo. Is there any more backpack giveaways this week?
Yeah, we're doing them. Yeah, there's going to be a lot this week because we got to get rid of them all.
Do you have an extra one?
I do not have an extra one. Sorry.
Romeo, you're killing me.
Well, I'm sorry. But no, you're going to have to listen to win these things.
I'm listening. Okay.
All right. Well, good luck. I hope you win. All right. Yeah, we're giving away backpacks. Rodriguez and Associates, obviously we do it every year. If you don't know about it, you should know about it by now. I don't even know how many years we've been. Daniel and Rodriguez and Associates been doing it every year. You hear Hall Pass, you get a backpack full of school supplies, and there's some grand prize stuff in the backpacks. Like I think there's some laptops, gift cards, maybe iPads. Earbuds. I'm not sure what's all in them, but we do it every year. So yeah, you got to listen for that Hall Pass to win a backpack. We only give away 90. Let's make sure you just keep listening, all right? All right, 842-54-7-7. Hey, Romeo, I know I'm a little late for texting you this, but I was driving on my way to work when I heard you talk about the grass is greener and there's always somebody better than your current partner. Yeah, I did say that. There's always somebody better. If you want it, you know. Anyway, she said, there's nobody better than my husband. He is a good family man, a hard worker, a great husband, takes care of us and the kids. We come first. I don't know how you could say that. I can say it because, okay, your husband's a good family man. Your husband's a great husband. Your husband's a good father. But guess what? Your husband can make more money. Okay, now if you didn't want to work, and I'm not saying you don't want to work because you said you were going to work, and I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying, but there's a guy out there who has all the qualities of being a great husband, a great father, a good hard worker. There's a guy out there just like that who makes more money. So there's always something. The point behind the conversation was not that you have a bad spouse. The point behind the conversation was there's always somebody better out there than you and your partner, okay? Now, I'm not saying you need to go look at them because you might have a great life. Could you have a better life? Yes. But why would you look for one if you already have a great life? There's just too many people in this world to go, yeah, you're with the best you can get at this point. Or you've settled because that person checks all the boxes that you're looking for at this point because you haven't met the guy that's better or you haven't met the woman that's better. That's all I'm saying.
Romeo in the Morning.
Every morning.
On Hot 94.1.